Hey there, it's KlaireeBerry, and I just want to share with you guys today how you can have the most meaningless and hypocritical Easter possible. First of all, be sure that you start early and start to get on Pinterest and think about a bunch of Easter crafts and Easter cupcakes that you can basically do for your kids while they watch you, and then pretend that you did them, posting them to social media, acting like you did it together, when in reality, the kids just eat it. They don't really care that much. It just looks good on social media. Also, while you're at it, planning ahead, don't forget to start running around and collecting Easter gifts, Easter baskets. Make sure that you get the most cheap plastic, made in China merchandise that you possibly can. Everything has to be created by slave labor. And it has to be something that you're never, like if you get a t-shirt, it has to be something that you're never gonna wear again. It has to be things that your kids don't need. Make sure you get only, big corporation chocolate that's on sale, sold at Walmart, that again is made by slave labor, because what else signifies hope and renewal and peace and love and rebirth and new life than supporting horrific companies that are destroying the earth? Also, make sure that you buy lots of little gimmicky toys, again, from China, that your kids are going to break in 2 seconds and they're going to go to the landfills. Because again, what else signifies a great, happy, truly peaceful and wonderful rebirthing Easter than filling up the landfills with plastic crap that will never decompose? Don't forget to spend a lot of money on this stuff, because what good is filling up the landfills unless you spend a bunch of money on it, okay? While you're at it, you might want to consider just going ahead and getting a real life bunny, probably from a breeder that is being cruel to animals by probably raping them and forcing them to be pregnant over and over, and then just discard it in a few weeks when you're over it, because, it's not like the animal shelters don't need more animals anyways, right? So, of course, one of the biggest things that you need to consider when doing your Easter preparations is your meal. You definitely want to get lamb. Lamb is about 6 or 10 weeks old. So this perfectness symbolizes the new life and the rebirth of Easter. Again, these animals are raped repeatedly and kept pregnant for year after year after year, until the moms are so spent that they just can't even stand up anymore. They can't have any babies, so they're killed too, right away. Again, what better signifies the rebirth of Jesus by killing animals right after they give birth? So again, the little cute little baby animals, yeah, we like to associate that with Easter and pretend that life is so cute. But Easter is about death, right? Because Jesus died and then was reborn. So why don't we just kill the little baby animals and then new ones can be born, right? So yeah, eating 6 to 10 week old lambs is your top choice. Now, if you can't get lamb, if you can't find it, or maybe it's a little bit too expensive, then you can just do ham, which is still a baby at about 4 to 8 months of age. Now, remember that these pigs are actually smarter than dogs, and they can recognize their name as old as 2 weeks. So again, you see the recurring theme of babies, spring, rebirth, newness. It all goes together, it's perfect. And these animals, they love to get their bellies rubbed. So, and also they can play video games and work out puzzles. Again, smarter than your dog or your average 2 or 3 year old. So again, we can just think of that as we're wanting to create a new life and a new world. We can eat this animal, and then they can give us new life by us consuming this little tiny baby. It all goes together and it makes perfect sense. Don't worry about any type of diseases that you might get by eating saturated fat. that's just something that goes with the territory of Easter. And also, don't forget to consume numerous alcoholic beverages. Even if people try to say it's unhealthy, again, all of these unhealthy sides of it just goes with the death theme. Jesus died again. How can you be reborn if you don't die? So it's not like we need to actually be paying attention to our health, right? We need to be worried about focusing on the economy, spending all of these things, all this money on these things we don't need, spending money on alcohol, spending money on making sure every little detail is just the right way. Because remember, Easter's not about just being with your family and relaxing and thinking about what matters in life. It's about running yourself ragged so that your family, again, can have everything just like they've always had it to make them selfish brats. Because again, what would a holiday be if we didn't get exactly what we always had every single time? I mean, don't even think about switching up your traditions to try to make a new life, because, well, even though that would go with the whole new life theme of Easter, we need to stick to our traditions, every single one of them, okay? Don't think about switching up your mayonnaise to that vegan mayonnaise or anything like that, or making vegan mashed potatoes or any of that stuff, because again, we need to stick to our traditions to a T or else, okay? So remember that gaining weight and getting sick by consuming all this alcohol and all this candy and all of this meat and alcohol and products all in one day is just another way for us to keep the cycle going so we can be slaves to the system, and that way we buy their drugs, they make money off of us, we buy more drugs to counteract the side effects of the other drugs, and you see, it's like this cycle of life, okay? And remember, don't worry about the environmental damage that is caused by killing these animals and factory farms and all of that, because again, it's all the cycle of life. Even though they artificially inseminate these animals and force them to be pregnant over and over, which is completely unnatural, it doesn't matter, because again, it's rebirth and death, rebirth and death. Repeat after me: rebirth and death. Go to work and die. Celebrate holidays, get drunk, overeat, go to sleep. Don't think about anything deeper. Don't think about the animals, okay? This isn't deep thinking holiday, okay? Remember, rebirth, death, okay? Definitely don't focus on the true meanings of Easter, or even just the good ideas of hope, creating a better world. Because again, the cycle. Just stick to the cycle and you'll be okay. Don't think for yourself. Don't think about anything else, because then you might see that all of this is completely unnecessary. And then what would you do? What would you do with your life? I mean, you would just be like this weirdo who doesn't do everything that everybody else does, even though they don't know why they're doing it. They're only doing it because everybody else does it. Don't forget to post all of your happy pictures on social media. Even if you have a horrible time with your family, make it look like you had the best time ever, because being totally fake and on the surface is also what this is all about. So if you have any questions, just let me know down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, or a thumbs down if you're just, stupid. So take care. Don't forget to eat the lamb and the baby pigs, and maybe throw some beef in there. And, also don't forget lots and lots of dairy products in all the desserts, butter on everything, because again, we need that saturated fat to keep us sick, or we won't be going through the cycle, okay? Again, let me know if you have any questions.